What do 3 days in the life of an airline pilot look like? Is it all glamour and presidential suites, or short layovers in meh cities like Minneapolis? Well, today that's what we're going to find out as I join my dad, an airline pilot, on a 3-day trip. So the plan for this 3-day trip was that on day 1, we'd fly from Portland to Seattle and then Seattle to Minneapolis, where we'd have about a 12-hour layover at the Mall of America. The next day, we'd fly from Minneapolis to Anchorage and then spend about 20 hours there in Anchorage. And the last day, we'd fly one direct leg home back to Portland. This first flight up to Seattle was very boring, other than me being the envy of the very full flight and eating a McBagel and a sausage egg cheese McGriddle. Yes, I'm a fatty. But then we landed in Seattle and I waited for my seat assignment on the next flight to Minneapolis. There are so many people around here. I think you should be proud of me for videoing in front of all these people. But my next flight is to Minneapolis. There's only 9 open, but I'm number 1, so hopefully I'll get an okay seat. Okay, this is really awkward. Thankfully, I got a premium window seat on the 737 MAX 9 that would take me 2 hours and 47 minutes over to Minneapolis. After our takeoff from Seattle, the 2 drink services came around. I looked out the window.
Ooh, clouds.
And then we landed in MSP. If you don't know, airline employees get a shuttle to their hotel along with a dedicated check-in line. And yes, the airline does pay for both the shuttle and the hotel room. Then we headed up to the 13th floor where I had a bit of a surprise waiting for me. I know what you're thinking. Why are you so far away? And that requires a little bit of explaining. You see, for some reason we were given the presidential suite. And when I first started making this video about 3 days in the airline pilot life, it was supposed to be very normal. This never happens. This is the nicest hotel we have ever stayed in my life. But with that aside, it's time for a tour. As you can see, I'm currently standing in the entryway, but if we go off to our right, past the closet and the random hole in the wall, and open this door, we come to the first of 2 bathrooms. Technically, this is only a half bathroom, but it is very well lit and has a sink and a toilet, which, yes, I've already put to use. Next, if we continue straight down the entryway, we get to the dining room with a bigger and nicer table than the one we even own. Across from this table is a kitchenette with a sink, a coffee maker, some espressos, and down here is a cooler, not a fridge, a cooler. Now if we go back to the entryway and head to our left is the main bedroom, which is huge. As you can see, we have a chair over here, a big king bed over here, and right here is a massive TV. Just off the bedroom and through this door is a massive bathroom with a sink, a toilet, a bathtub, and a shower. Then if we head out of the bedroom and past the dining room, we get to the living room where my dad is currently reclining with lots of chairs, a large TV, and a big window that does overlook the airport when it's bright outside. If we turn the camera around, we come to the dark and moody office area. It's very nice over here. There's mirrors. There's very weird pottery. I don't know. Rich people apparently like weird things and lots of mirrors. But this is probably the most unnecessary room in the whole hotel room. Okay, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the tour. Keep in mind, this is way nicer than anything we ever get. Like, this is over the top. But yeah, we already did some exploring around the Mall of America, which is where the hotel is located. And I ate at Panda Express. Also, if you want to see more about Minnesota and stuff, I made a whole video about it when I went to it last February. That was a hard sentence. And so if you want to watch that, that's all about Minnesota, Mall of America, Lake Superior, snow. Anyway, back to this video. It is just about time for bed because we have an early wake up for tomorrow when we fly 6 hours to Anchorage. The next morning, after a much too early get up and a van drive to the airport, I patiently waited to get my seat for the flight to Anchorage. And just like that, I've gotten my seat. I'm actually really excited. I got an exit row, which is a whole row to myself, which is gonna be so nice. So if you can't tell, it's very stormy outside right now. And so my dad was trying to figure out like how he's gonna get around the storms because there's just a huge clump around Minneapolis. So we might fly east, we might fly south, and then north. But we'll see. So the flight time will probably take a little longer than like 5.5 hours, which is not too bad. But let's get on board. I can't wait. Once again, I'm the envy of most people on the airplane with my own row. That's just how standby life works. Not really. Usually, it doesn't work like this well. Yeah, we've been sitting here a little while because of the weather, but now let's take off. As we ascended, I decided to do a little reading and look at the extreme flatness of the Great Plains, or the Midwest, or whatever it's called. Honestly, it has too many names. Soon, the first drink service came around and I got cranberry juice and a Biscoff cookie. Then I began a movie, which, no, it definitely wasn't the Minecraft movie. I'm way too mature for that. Okay, yeah, it was, and it honestly wasn't that great. I give it like a 4 out of 10. After that, I played some solitaire, which I'm actually really good at. I'm like really fast. And for the rest of the flight, I mainly looked out the window and did random stuff. And after our 6-hour flight, we've made it to Anchorage. We're in the Captain Cook Hotel, which I'll give you a tour and everything around it later because it's like kind of an attraction in itself. But for now, we're gonna rent bikes and then ride all the way down to the runway of the airport and stuff, and that'll be super cool. So let's get going. We have the bikes and are ready to go. Honestly, there's not much to say about this bike ride other than that it was peaceful and really, really pretty. Then, being the aviation people we are, we had to stop at the end of the runway and watch the 747 fly right over us. After we finished our bike ride, we took a little walk around the city and then headed back to our hotel. And after biking about 20 miles, which was not hard at all, we are back in our room taking a little break. We found where we're going to eat tonight, which we'll do that soon. But for now, let me give you a quick tour of this room in the Captain Cook Hotel. So it's a little smaller than our last room, obviously, but it's got 2 beds, a very large TV, and a pretty nice bathroom as well. So even though it's not quite as nice as our last one in Minnesota, this is more typical, and it's in a super cool hotel, which we're about to go explore actually. This hotel was one of the nicest ones in Anchorage, and here's what it had. Strawberry water, bust of James Cook, painting. Oh wait, just kidding, I got you, we're outside. Yeah, please just comment how good I got you, I'm desperate. Then we placed my sticker on a wall and got burgers for dinner with an amazing view. And we have spent some time at our hotel after dinner, kind of relaxing, watching a couple videos like Preston Goes, who I recently found. And now we are gonna try to get to bed. It's about 9 p.m. so we're gonna start getting ready because we have to get up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for the last leg of the whole trip, direct from Anchorage to Portland. The next morning, after waking up only 2 hours before my flight left, I know it stressed me out too, I got ready for the day, took the van to the airport, went through security, and waited at the gate to board my 737 MAX 9 that would take me 3.5 hours back to Portland. Unfortunately, I got a middle seat on this flight, but I had such luck on the other flights that I really couldn't complain. After a beautiful flight with views of the mountains, we landed in Portland, meaning I had officially lived 3 days in the life of an airline pilot. So is it all glamour and staying in presidential suites? Definitely not, but it doesn't feel like a regular job either. You do have to fly and work as an airline pilot, but it also gives you the opportunity to explore new places. Thank you to anyone who's still watching, and make sure to subscribe for more content like this.
you.